Hey, this is Steven from Steven's Classic Garage, and welcome to another update. Welcome to December 21st, 2019. Happy holidays, of course. I'll also mention that at the end. So this is kind of the update. So I'm working on a option to paint the Mustang now. So that is my current position, and also possibly do some work on the Rabbit. So do some paint work on the Rabbit, which is parked there. So what I decided to do is I decided to get this paint booth, as I think that this would help a little bit with the overspray inside of the garage. And so this is the first time I fired it up. Stand by. Let me go here. Give me 1 second. So this is the first time I've fired up this paint booth. So I'm working, the one thing that I'm working on is it tends to overinflate the paint booth. So I'm working on finding a way to be able to control how quickly it inflates and deflates to allow me to make sure that it doesn't overinflate. Because what happens is when it overinflates, it gets really round and it wants to roll around. Probably be a little different when the car is in there, but that's what I'm trying to do. So this is one of the options that I was working on, and actually now that I've gone full-time at my work, I might actually move closer. And I'm looking at a house over there with a garage. So I might not even use this guy. I might just use the garage over at that house, and then I'll be able to paint over there at that house. So that is the other option that I have. So I'm seeing if I can figure out this paint booth, and if this is a possible option. This is something that I could use, or if you know, I basically have to either do something with the garage or do something along those lines. So this is the booth. The booth is 26 by 13, so 26 inches long by 13 by 10 feet tall on the inside. I don't know what it is on the outside. I think it's like 13 feet tall on the outside. So it's definitely big enough to stick any sort of car that you want in there. And it has this this mesh filter element on the side. It does not have active carbon as of right now, so it does not have that. But it does have this, which will block the paint, but it won't block the smell or the VOCs that are coming off of it. But it looks like right now it's staying upright, so that's good. Let me check over here. So here's the front. So this is okay, so this is a good inflate. So now you can see that it's stable, it's not moving a whole bunch. And to do that, there's actually a zipper right there on each of the columns that you could adjust that allow you to change how much it inflates and deflates. But I have to open up these two filters, and then I'll go inside there and zip it up, and I'll show you that. So I need to at least crack these just a little bit. Actually, before I do that, let's show you what it's like on the backside here. So on the backside we have two pumps. We have a 950 watt and we have a 450 watt. So the 950 watt is what fills up the pillars, and the 450 watt is what pressurizes the booth. So that's how it works. Now pressurizes the booth and filters the air through. The filter's up here in the front, and the filter over here in the back. And then here is the bulkhead. So this is where you could put all your paint stuff or whatever. I do plan on, if I am using this in the long run, the paint booth, I do plan on cutting this out and velcroing it in, so if I want to put a larger car in here, I could put an even larger car in here. But right now I plan on keeping it. So this is the 950, and then this is the 450. Looks like 450 needs to be straightened out a little bit. And so here's the back entrance, and you can see I haven't pulled the trailer back far enough. This is just for a test. the trailer would go all the way back over here to our fence, and that would allow us to get the booth all the way in there. So this is just something that I'm testing to see if I can get this to work. So what I'm thinking is because right now what's happening is that 450 is keeping this thing up quite a bit. So it's actually going to start to deflate a little bit as I'm pulling the filters off. And then I'm going to go in through the front. And when I open up the front, it's really going to deflate, because what's happening is that 450 is what's keeping it up. So let's open this up about halfway. And let's go inside and we'll close the end 2 pillars, it looks like. So let's go ahead and let me put the camera here. Let's go ahead and unzip the front. Let's go inside. And now it's really going to start to deflate. I've unzipped the front. Okay, so now So now let's see if it'll be able to raise back up. It already looks like it's raising back up. So I zipped in this one, that one there, and this one here. So now you can see, we could see through the vent here on the sides. And there's 2 vents, 2 skylights, and a whole bunch of windows on the side. And it has multiple pillars on the roof. So, and you can see that once you have a car in here and it's holding this down and holding that down like it is there, then you would need to control how this is held up. And then obviously this would be closed. Just like so. And so the air is actually coming through a hole over there in that corner. And it comes through this entry point and comes inside. And so this is what it looks like. It's all zipped up, and we have these filters slightly open. And it looks like it's filling back up slowly but surely. So this is how I would run it. So when you want to deflate it, you open these up and it deflates, which I'll do here in a couple minutes. And there's none in the front, because by that time that all the air comes in here and goes to the front, it's already lost so much air here and here, so this struggles to stay aloft. As you see here, it's buckled. But yeah, this is definitely a great option. So altogether, I got this guy shipped to my door with the fans for about $820. It's a pretty big deal. I did have an issue with the seller, where the seller, when he shipped it to me, he shipped me like some rack, like some small rack. And he said, oh, you know, I told him, hey, this is not a paint booth, what are you doing, blah, blah, blah. And he didn't really, you know, I don't know what he was trying to do. I don't know if he had if it was something where he was waiting for it to ship from China of some sorts or something, but I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I'm not sure what he did there. So I don't know if I necessarily recommend that particular seller, but this does look like a good paint booth. I don't know if it's worth paying the extra $200 to get the active carbon here. I could always get the active carbon and Velcro up here and then Velcro it on. I could always do that. Oh, there goes the breaker. So that's the next thing, is I need to separate the breakers so that it doesn't do that. So let me get out of here first before it collapses on me. So yeah, other than that and the issues with the breaker popping, I think that this would be a good option. So let me go ahead and kind of do that. So yeah, I think it's a good option for a painting option. So if I don't move, then this is probably what I'm going to use. So I definitely suggest checking this option out. I'll have some more footage of this. I might do some painting in here pretty soon, but we'll see, because after Monday I'll know whether or not I'm going to move or not. If I am, then I'll just do that and I'll sell this. But if not, we'll do some painting in here. Because right now I'm actually off work. I'm in shutdown now for the next 2 weeks. So you'll see quite a bit of additional footage. I'm going to be doing stuff on the Rabbit, and I'm going to be doing stuff on the Mustang. So go ahead and stay tuned for that on the channel. And as always, happy holidays. You should see multiple more videos coming from me in the coming couple days. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.